What's going on, everybody? Welcome to GmiasWorld, and as we get into the video, I'm going to ask everybody that watches to go ahead and like it. Let's get this video up to 500 likes as we talk about Baker Mayfield coming in with a 91 overall card this Sunday, December 2nd, from the Football Outsiders. Okay, now, this is a very, very interesting card because he is a 91 overall, right? So he's going to have some decent attributes based on what his last card was. Now, whatever situation you guys have been dealing with as far as the quarterback situation with the way they throw the ball, everybody's a bum, stuff like that, you're not alone with it. But just understand that it's not specifically the quarterback's fault. All right, let's be honest. Like me, I throw Stevie sometimes. We all throw Stevies. Like sometimes you just play an absolute idiot that's just blitzing the entire team and you just make a wrong read. It happens. The issue is when you have a guy wide open, will he make those throws? Now, this is what's going to be interesting about it, right? Regardless of how you choose to deal with it, like because he's a 91 to start, he's going to probably get chemmed to a 93, maybe, because they usually give you +2s, right? So probably like a 93 he'll be chemmed to, and if you use the Cleveland Browns uniform, the coach, and all the other good stuff, you can probably get him chemmed to like a 94, 95, depending on how much you want to go into that situation. So the reason that I point that out is this. You're going to have to be looking for certain attributes for that card. Now, to my knowledge, you should be able to add everything to them. The Football Outsiders should have, physical chems, all that good stuff. So you're not going to have an issue with adding anything else to him, all right? As far as his stats go, I don't know any of his concrete stats right now, but I'm going based off the fact that depending on how you chem him, you may be able to get away with having him as your starting quarterback right now. Obviously from a 79 to a 91, all of these things primarily going to be 80, 90s. All right. So depending on if you wanted to look at it and evaluate it from this, it looks like he's probably going to have like an 80 something throw deep, maybe high 80s mid, high 80s short, stuff like that. His play action should be better. Throw on the run should be better. If the Football Outsiders are doing what they're supposed to do, most of these attributes should be a lot better. So what do you lose? In my case, what I lose is the speed of Cam Newton because I have him actually chemmed up. He's an 87 speed right now. So they might give him like, 82 speed? You'd probably be able to get him to an 85 if you have John Madden coach and Sprinter Chem ×2. So those are things that you can actually evaluate along your way. Now, as far as the throw power, right? That's really what I need because I try to throw the ball down the field crazy. Like if you guys watch my stream, twitch.tv/GmiasWorld, that's primarily what I'm looking to do on a regular basis is get that ball down the field. Now, I don't know what's going to happen if they're going to, after they release this card, he may eventually get a power-up. I don't know what's going to happen. Will they go along the same lines as what they did with Mahomes? And you see like how his gold card all of a sudden turned into a crazy price and his power-up was a little bit different? It's highly possible that they can because you got to remember, let me just give you these examples really quickly. The reason that I think that he might end up getting a power-up, if they can do that for, for the other guy, you know what I'm saying, Patrick, my homeboy, they could definitely do it. Why not? Why wouldn't they be able to do it for Baker Mayfield? The issue is how long are you willing to wait for it? You see what I'm saying? Like how long are you really going to, are you going to be patient and just hold off on it and just say, you know what? Because I think I sold my Patrick Mahomes, right? Yeah, I sold it because I needed, at that point, I was like grinding for coins and I needed it. I thought I still had it. But it should still be relatively cheap. It's not going to be any more than like, 5, 6K. It shouldn't be because his gold cards and everything like that have gone up in price. But you may see that people will be buying those Baker Mayfields because they may think that eventually that'll go into his power-up set because you needed his gold card, I believe, in order to power Mahomes up. But I sold everything. So it's about 7K. I sold everything. But if they can do it for him, I don't see why they wouldn't do it. Why not? Baker Mayfield with the Browns coming off of such a horrific season and now playing well this season, I think that that's enough to be able to give that type of contribution to it. Now, if they do it like that, you're going to probably need that core rookie card that I just showed you. That'll probably go in place of the gold card. And then from there, you're going to probably, use the Football Outsider. And then you'll go from there. So that's pretty much what's going to be happening with that. All right. Now, if you are serious about going along those lines, like if you are really, really hell-bent on saying, you know what, I'm going to go for it, this is what I'm going to do, I'm going to be comfortable with the way that Baker Mayfield is chemmed up from the 91, to a 93, whatever it is, this is what you're going to need to do. And I'm going to make sure you understand this, understand it thoroughly, all right? If you have John Madden coach, he's off limits. You got to keep him there. You're going to need to get to Cleveland Brown Stadium. You're going to have to get Cleveland Brown uniforms. And remember, this is not what you come out on the field with. You're going to use your team visuals to come. This is what you're going to come out on the field with. So you could do anything with this. It doesn't affect what you actually come out with, all right? So now, pretty much what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to upgrade, Baker Mayfield based on these things. So you're going to have to use all of these chemistries in this situation, and you're going to go to Brown's passing, and this is how you're going to chem him up with his deep throw accuracy, his medium throw accuracy, and all that stuff like that. That will make him formidable, all right? But as a 91 base, the reason that I'm going over this with you guys is because a lot of you are going to jump on the Baker Mayfield because you're frustrated with Cam Newton, Michael Vick sucks. Like, everybody is trash. Like, what happens is you start to get really, really frustrated because your team just starts doing whatever they want, and I understand it. Trust me, I'm the first to start rage selling people. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, I will rage sell anyone at any time except for Randy Moss. I think he's the only guy, right? Randy Moss, and for this year, Ryan Shazier, because obviously you can't rage sell him. He's the mutt master. But anybody else can get it. You know what I'm saying, bro? It is what it is. And at this point right now, you have to be very, very careful how you proceed to go forward with it. Because if you choose to go Baker Mayfield, guys, and you go into a game and, for whatever reason, because he's going to have lower level, stats, obviously. He's a 91, so it's not like he's all the way up there, crazy perfect. He's going to have lower stats, right? Regardless of what you think he should be making as far as throws go, that's not necessarily what's going to be happening, regardless of the quarterback that you have. So if you want him, maybe you're just a Browns fan, you go for it for that reason. But I'm just making sure that I point out that I warned you guys that these quarterbacks throw the ball like they're blind in both eyes and they have no earlobes. That's just the way the game is, though. It's not set to anybody specifically. And I want to point that out because, let me just explain this to you guys again, right? When I had Tom Brady was very, very accurate. He just couldn't, even with 99 throw power, though, he could never in his life throw the ball the way that Cam Newton is throwing it. You see what I'm saying? But they both had 99 throw power. It doesn't make any sense. Like, some of them are going to play at a certain level, and some of them are going to play just straight trash. It is what it is. But you have to understand that you have to go with what fits your team the best. Like, for instance, for me right now, Cam Newton works for me because I either get a guy that he has no skull and he's sending everyone every play, or I get a guy that's sending no one. You see what I'm saying? So I have a crazy balance of the way that these idiots play me. So I don't know, like, based on what you guys are going through, I don't really know, which way, which version of the game that you're getting. But that's what I get. I either get a guy that's blitzing everyone or a guy that rushes no one. When you look at the quarterbacks that are available, you look at Mahomes, you got Tom Brady, Deshaun Watson. Nobody's selling McNabb? Is McNabb just cheap? Okay, there was a 90 McNabb. It doesn't look like anybody has the higher one. Whichever one you have, I've played against every quarterback, all right? And I've used Mahomes, I've had Tom Brady, I've had Vic. I never used Matt Ryan, I never used Drew Brees. I used Aaron Rodgers for like a game when I was completing the set, the higher overall version one though, when you chem him up. Never used Kirk Cousins. But what I'm trying to explain is this, right? Through all the quarterbacks that I used, whether they had the higher end, attributes of like throw power, whatever, they usually do the same thing. And in regards to throw power, that's another thing. Like Pat Mahomes, his 99 throw power is very, very similar to Cam Newton's 99 throw power. If that makes any sense. Like it's weird, and it may change. Like they may tune the game tonight. You know what's actually very, very interesting about the game? Also, with the myths that we've made up about, what EA Sports does, they showed us with the tuning update that they can tune the game anytime and not tell us. And I pointed that out before because all you got to do is reset your game. That's why some games you'll come out and you'll be just absolutely dominant. You'll turn the game off. You'll come back the next day and you will just get your doors blown off. because that's what they're doing. It's just that now I think they're maybe trying to be a little bit more upfront about it and let us know that it's going on or whatever, but I don't buy it, dog. Like, I'm telling you straight up right now, the way that this situation is, it's very, very messed up. It's extremely messed up, man, because the tuning update, it was supposed to minimize the aggressive catch. I have never in my life been aggressive catch more. And I played Madden 16 the entire year. Dudes are coming out and just throwing the ball up directly in the air. And what's weird about it is it's just random guys that they're throwing the ball to. Like, look, let's go over wide receivers, right? We're gonna go elite, and then we're gonna do the same thing that we just did right there. We're gonna take a look at everything that's going on. Let's just look at some prices and see what's actually happening, right? So I want you guys to understand. I reversed it. I'm going from the top. Like, I don't know why it's like, okay, because it's bids first, right? It wasn't prices. I don't know why it's showing it like this, though. This looks kind of weird because it doesn't have, like, Calvin Johnson or anything there. Does that mean that there's no Calvin Johnsons on the auction? Like, that, it doesn't make any sense. But pretty much what I'm doing is I'm going from the top to the bottom, right? Just to give you guys an idea. Now, Tyreek Hill, he'll moss you in your wildest dreams. Like, I've already mossed dudes on a regular with him. He'll definitely moss you and laugh about it. Devontae Adams, I played against him. I didn't even know that people actually keep this guy on their team, but he'll moss you at the drop of a hat. OBJ has a 99 spec catch. He's been mossing me prior to the tuning update. So it's actually not even anything new. He just comes out and just mosses you. Like, you're going to get this work. And that's pretty much all that's there. It's not really that big of a deal, but you don't really have to spend the big money to get somebody that's going to moss someone. Like, Shaun Johnson is 6'4", and he has pretty decent stats, right? Like, if you look at it right now, he could get chemmed up to, okay, plus that's 90. He goes to like a 93 speed. At 6'4", he has a 92 spec catch. That's not bad. And to be honest, the only reason that, like, Calvin Johnson is not on the squad right now, like, just being absolutely honest, is because we can only get him to a 92 speed. Now, we can actually chem him up and put him on the end and stuff like that. And his price is relatively low. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's for the 590, you know, people are understanding, right, that the speed is what really, really matters. But you can always adjust the way that your squad works. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, you don't have to, you know, just because the aggressive catching is back in its OP, you don't have to just put everybody on your squad with height. You need a nice mixture. So the problem is this, right? If I was to buy Calvin Johnson, that affects my squad kind of weird, because if you look at the way my lineup is, he really can't, like, I don't know how I'm going to really utilize him the right way in my lineup. You know, as we just talk about the generality of cards and, you know, with the Baker Mayfield situation, all the receivers are going to moss you. The same way all the quarterbacks that you get are going to throw bad passes. They're going to do BS. If you just look at your team and try to understand it, because right now I got these idiots as backups, right? Now, I could easily, you know, get rid of Corey Davis and, you know, just put Calvin in for now and see how that works, just like test them out and go from there, because of the way that it's going on right now with everything in regards to whatever they did with the tuning update, right? But it makes more sense to keep a guy like Randy Moss that's faster. You see what I'm saying? Because, to be honest with you, if you could try to throw it up, even though aggressive catch is OP, you could try to throw it up, but there's no guarantee that EA is going to let you catch it. But the guy that you're playing, he's definitely going to catch it. That's the twist of everything. The idiot that you play that throws the ball to the center of the field into quadruple coverage, he's going to come down with the ball. It's not necessarily true that you will be able to do that, though. That's what I want to try to get through you guys' heads. So the game is very, very, it's weird like that, to where you can adjust as much as you want, but things are still going to happen to you. But you still have to make the best decision for your actual team. So will you get Baker Mayfield? I want to know. Just if you're a Browns fan, you got to disclose that to me. You got to write, you know, hashtag Browns in the chat or something, because that's probably why a lot of you guys are going to do it. But if that's the only reason, enjoy it, have fun with it, but don't expect miracles. All right? Because that 91, even being chemmed up all the way and giving him 80s and 90s and certain things, he's still going to overthrow the ball. The same way Cam Newton does, bro. Cam Newton is chemmed up and everything too. You know what I'm saying? I know they're like the threshold is 90 for throw deep. I be trying to throw like short. He be throwing the ball into the sideline. Like, it don't really matter. So all you need to do, guys, is make sure that the players that you're using, it applies to what you're trying to do, and you just go from there. If you want a Baker Mayfield, Get the Baker Mayfield because you want the Baker Mayfield, not because you think that he's going to go out there and make plays. Because will he? Yeah, in certain cases he will. But they all overthrow the ball. They all do ridiculous things, and you're going to have to just deal with that. All right, just going forward. So just understand that, and pretty much you'll be all set. Also, look out for the Justin Tucker, who's going to be a 93 overall. So we'll definitely be pulling football outside of packs to try to get that kicker, because then we can finally get rid of the kicker that we have. He's going to be a 93 overall, all right? If you have any other questions about, Baker Mayfield, should you change your stuff, what's going on with it, you know what to do, bro. You guys can always hit me up and let me know what the deal is, and we can get back to that, all right? I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. One love.